Hey, stir the pot, my Halloween hexes of Second Life. I'm Felix Lubezki, your old witch from the haunts. You can't resist me, eh? Love my cooking, eh? Well, come on into the haunt of fear again, and I'll whip up another Mad Mag recipe in my cauldron. Yep, it's the old witch, your reeking restaurateur of the revolting, your macabre menu maker, your shiver chef, creeps cooker, madness mixer, scream stewer, and so forth. So fasten your drool cups for another serving of sheer horror, and I'll begin the tasty tale I call Chatterbox. It was a brisk day in November 1941. The man lay sprawled on the cold sidewalk where he had fallen. His face was ashen white, his lips blue. The crowd around him formed quickly. Anxious eyes peered down at him. What happened? You just killed over. Somebody get an ambulance. He looks dead. Several minutes later, an ambulance, its siren screaming, pulled up to the curb beside the prostrate figure. One side, let me through. All right, back up, give him air. The white-coated ambulance doctor knelt over the man lying on the gray sidewalk. He listened with a stethoscope, felt for a pulse, then shook his head. This man is dead. It was an hour later that Eileen Filbert finally said goodbye to her friend Sadie. They'd been at it, talking for even longer than that. As soon as she hung up, "Huh? Oh dear, another call, and I have so much to do." "Yes, this is Mrs. Filbert." "We've been trying to reach you for an hour, Miss Filbert. Your line was busy." "Oh, I was chatting with a girlfriend. Who is this?" "This is the morgue calling, Miss Filbert. You'd better brace yourself. They brought your husband's body in here a while ago. He's dead." A hush fell over the people seated in the funeral parlor's chapel. The coffin lid was open. The voice of the orator began to groan. Jacob Filbert's funeral services had begun. And so, in final peace, Jacob Filbert's remains will be laid to rest. But he leaves behind the love, the devotion, the kindness he practiced while he lived. The funeral orator's voice droned on, interrupted only by pitiful sobs of the mourners before him. Suddenly a shriek echoed through the funeral chapel. Yeah! Sheer horror gripped the mourning gathering. All eyes stared at the open coffin. A white-veined hand reached up, grasping the coffin lid. And as Jacob Filbert sat up, the chapel was filled with cries of terror. Women mourners tripping on their black dresses, scrambling for the exits. Men pushed after them. A girl fell screaming, and the others trampled over her. Some rooted with mortal fear to the spot where they stood, just stared at the pale figure rising in his coffin. Suddenly Jacob's eyes blinked open. Color rushed to his cheeks. He looked around. What's going on? Good Lord, he's alive! The doctor stroked his chin thoughtfully. Jacob Filbert hung his head. "You suffered what is commonly called a cataleptic fit, Mr. Filbert. Cataleptic fits closely resemble death." "But doctor, I might have been buried alive." "Doctor, telephone Miss Condriacs." Jacob Filbert's family physician, Dr. Henley Benedier, picked up the phone. "Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. Oh yes, Miss Condriac. Is that so? Is that so? No. Oh dear. Really? Well, I'll tell you what we should do. Take a pot and boil up. 10 minutes later, goodbye, Miss Condriac. Where were we, Miss Filbert? I was saying I could have been buried alive. Yes, no telling how long a cataleptic fit will last, and it's rare that a physician can tell the difference between it and actual death. Now, telephone doctor, Miss Referus. Oh, excuse me, Filbert. 15 minutes later. Yes, Miss Referus, you do that. Yes, goodbye. Is it possible that I may have more of these attacks, doctor? Quite possible, Mr. Filbert. We must be very careful to see what we can avoid almost happened yesterday. We must... Telephone doctor, Miss Chevek. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Filbert. Goodbye, doctor. Jacob Filbert was frightened, terribly frightened. He rushed to his brother's house. Not home. He's never home. Always out, gallivanting, just when I need him. As Jacob came in the front door of his own home, No, Sadie, really? You're kidding. She did? Oh, wait until Mary hears about this. Go on, tell me more. Always blabbering. That phone. Suddenly, Jacob Filbert's face brightened. He grinned. Of course, that's it. That's the way to make sure I'm not buried alive. Sadie? Seriously? Oh no, for heaven's sakes, well, I'll be... Mr. Filbert hurried to the undertaker. The plan was forming in his mind. The solution. So you see, if I do have a cataleptic fit, and you do bury me alive, I'll be able to let my family know. They can come and dig me up. Alright, Mr. Filbert, we'll follow your instructions to the letter. Then Mr. Filbert went to his family doctor and told him his plan. Excellent idea, Filbert. If you're buried alive during your cataleptic fit, you'll consume practically none of the air in the coffin. When you come out of it, you'll be able to last long enough. Telephone, doctor. Thanks, Doc. Bye. Finally, Mr. Filbert completed his arrangements. I'll pay my bills in advance, every month. Satisfactory? Fine, we'll take care of everything, sir. Would you like to pay for December now? Jacob went out in the chill November air, feeling confident that his problem was solved. Yes, sir. Perfect. Perfect. Early the next month, it happened. A car careened crazily across a deserted street and smashed into a brick wall. The impact of tons of steel and shattered glass echoed into the night. When the ambulance driver examined the unfortunate driver, this man is dead. That's Jacob Filbert. I recognize him. Dr. Venedier assured Mrs. Filbert. No, Miss Filbert, he's dead all right. The crash did it. It's definitely not a cataleptic fit. Then I suppose we might as well go ahead with the funeral. The undertaker, however, insisted that he follow Mr. Filbert's instructions. That's the arrangement, Miss Filbert. Your husband demanded it. I'm going to see that it's carried out. No embalming. But really, Mr. Boxer, the other thing, isn't that a little ridiculous? Bury Jacob with a connected telephone? Yep, kiddies, that's the deal. That's what poor old Jacob Filbert arranged with the undertaker and the telephone company. That he be buried without being embalmed, along with a connected telephone in his coffin. Now, let's not start guessing how my little tale ends. Come on, let's read on. And so, that gold Saturday in early December, Jacob Filbert's coffin was lowered into the ground. Silence closed in as the mourners left, and the grave was covered over. The thin telephone wire coming from the fresh mound of cemetery earth swayed in the wintry wind. Night crept over the gray headstones like a black phantom. All was still, except for the whine of the wind streaming past the wire. Then dawn came. Towards afternoon... For Jacob Filbert had a cataleptic fit. He suffered it while driving. That's why he crashed. But the crash hadn't killed him. He was alive. Buried alive. Help! Help me! Someone! And then Jacob felt it beside him. Cold black instrument. The telephone. Oh, thank heavens they've remembered. Jacob lifted the receiver. Its dial tone began to hum. He counted the little holes carefully to make sure he dialed the right number. My wife, Eileen, I'll call her. She'll come and get me. Let's see. F, that's third hole. R, that's 7. 8, 2, 5, 6, 9. You think you're clever, don't you? Okay, so you know what's gonna happen. Yep, Eileen, right at that moment, was on the phone talking to Sadie. No, Sadie, really? Didn't cry at all? Of all the nerve. I thought she was my friend. What gall? Well, I'll tell her. So naturally, buzz, 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 buzz. Busy. She's probably talking. This can go on for hours. I'll call my brother. My, you're so smart. Jacob's brother was never home. You remembered. No answer. He's never home when I need him. I know. Dr. Venedier. Okay, so Penna wouldn't meddle with leather trimming in your nose. So you figured this out too. Yep, the doc was on the phone consoling one of his complaining patients. That's so, Mr. Kondrack. Hurts that much. Oh dear, you poor thing. Of course. Now here's what you do. Got a pen and pencil? Good. Take this down. Buzz, 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 buzz. Busy. I should have known. What do I do? Yes, that's it. So smart, Alex. Got it figured out? What's gonna stymie him now? After all, Jacob can always dial the operator. You never thought of that, did you? Well, Jacob did. In fact, he's waiting for the dial tone right now. But the dial tone didn't come, because minutes before, thousands of miles westward. Look up there. Planes, hundreds of them. Good Lord. Dead. No dial tone. The phone is dead. Operator. Operator. No, fiends. Dial tone didn't come, because at that moment the nation's phone centers were tied up with Army, Navy, and newspaper calls. The wires were jammed. All circuits were busy. Please. Not much air left. Operator. A dial tone. Dial operator. In fact, the air in Jacob's coffin gave out long before the little orange light on the trouble switchboard indicated that a phone was off the hook somewhere. So the shrill voice of the operator fell on deaf ears in that dark underground horizontal phone booth where Jacob had suffocated. This is the operator. I'm sorry, our circuits are busy. Please hang up. Please hang up. The Japanese have just bombed Pearl Harbor. Yep, kiddies, like I said. In the beginning, it was 1941. Thought you were pretty shrewd, eh? Thought you had it all figured out. Well, I hope I outsmarted you. As for Jacob, well, he and his telephone are pretty decayed by now. I still get a call from him once in a while, though. Usually I'm not home, so he leaves a spirit message. And now the vault keeper awaits with his little number. See you later. Got another grim fairy tale for you. Bye now. Yeah. Remember the story of the 3 holes in the ground called Well, Well, Well? Now your vault keeper believes in deflation. So come into the vault of horror, sit yourself down on that bucket, and begin the tale of one hole in the ground called All Washed Up. It was an old well, no one used it anymore. The water deep below it, slimy walled sides shimmered in the moonlight. A musty odor of stagnation and staleness drifted up from the blackness beneath its stone rim. The moss-laden water bucket hung silently on the frayed rope coiled about the weather-beaten handle. Insects swarmed beneath the rotted shed that stood over it. A twig snapped nearby. A figure moved out of the darkness towards the well. A woman. She came up to the well and leaned over it. The moonlight glistened on her tear-stained cheeks. She looked down at the stagnant water far below. How long can we go on like this, Harry? People are talking. They say you don't intend to marry me. A second figure came out of the shadows and moved to the side of the unhappy woman. A man. They're wrong, Marcia. I want to marry you, but I can't. Not yet. I'm not ready. When, Harry? When will you be ready? As soon as I've saved up enough money. I've got a job now. It won't be long before I've got a promotion. Then... You put it off and put it off. Always the same excuse. You haven't the money. It isn't an excuse, Marcia. Can't you understand? I understand everything, Harry, perfectly. I'm sorry you never gave me a ring. I would give it back now. Marcia, we're finished, Harry. I'm tired of waiting. Greg called me today. He's back in town. He wants to see me. He wants to know if I'm free of ties. I'm going to tell him yes. Marcia, come back. Wait. Goodbye, Harry. I'll see you around. The woman disappeared into the gloom. The man stood staring into the blackness where she had vanished. The silence closed in again. A breeze stirred the well bucket. The frayed rope creaked. Greg Sanders, that rich, no-good son of a bitch. He's always wanted Marcia. Now he's going to take her away from me. Marcia's laughter rippled through the still night air. Greg took her in his arms. Greg, these last few weeks have been wonderful. Just wonderful. I've loved every minute of it. It doesn't have to end, Marcia. It could go on and on like this, if you'll just say yes. Marcia turned away, stared down on the shimmering well water far below. Are you proposing to me, Greg? Yes, Marcia. I'm asking you to marry me. What do you say? I'm not sure I love you, Greg. I'll make you love me, dearest. Just give me the chance. Say you'll marry me. Yes, Greg, I'll marry you, sweetheart. Harry clenched his fists and swore silently as he watched from his hiding place. I won't let you have her, Greg. I won't. She's mine. Mine. Marcia pulled away from Greg. She smiled. I gotta go in now, Greg. It's late. Call me tomorrow. I will, honey. Good night. After Marcia went off down the path towards her house, Greg leaned over the well and grinned. He was too busy with his own thoughts to hear the crackle of the leaves behind him. Harry brought the rock down on Greg's head again and again. Soon it felt as if he were pounding an old moth-beaten moth-eaten pillow. She's mine! 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 I won't let you have her! Harry stared down at Greg's lifeless body laying before him. Then something caught his eye, something sparkling. His diamond ring. It must have been worth a fortune. Harry knelt and slipped the ring from Greg's finger. I could knock it. I could hawk it. It'd be enough to get married on. Harry pushed the ring into his breast pocket and lifted Greg's body. Now to get rid of you, Greg, where they'd never think of looking for you. Harry pushed Greg's body over the stone rim of the well. For a moment it hung there precariously. Down you go. There was a second or two of silence and then a muffled splash far below. Harry peered down at the rippling murky water. Suddenly, the ring spiraled downwardly crazily. Harry lunged for it, almost going over. It was too late. Blast it! Ugh. A light blinked on in Marcia's house. A window rattled open. Harry ducked in the shadows. Who's there? Several minutes later, Harry slowed down to a walk, breathing heavily. He'd gotten out of there, fast. That ring, I've got it. Go back and get it. A week passed. Each night, under the cover of darkness, Harry would return to the well with some string of fish hooks. Hour after hour, he'd dangle the hooks into the murky water. It's no use. Can't locate it. Several times during those nights of probing, the hooks would catch onto the body below, and Harry would be forced to snap the string and start again. Blast it! Caught again! Once, Harry pulled hard, and a bloated whited hand lifted upward from the muddy surface. Good Lord! During the days that followed the murder, Harry would visit Marcia to comfort her. He never intended to marry you, Marcia. Can't you see that now? I suppose you're right, Harry. As the weeks went by, oh, Harry, I've been such a fool. Can you forgive me? Forget about him, Marcia. It's all over. Let's pick up where we left off. Meanwhile, Harry continued to fish for Greg's ring with no success. It's no use. There's just one alternative. And so, about 2 months after the murder, one dark night, Harry came to the well with a coil of strong rope. It's the only way. I've got to go down there and get it. Harry slid the rope around one of the beams that supported the well shed and tied it securely. Then he slipped over the stone rim of the well and began to lower himself, hand under hand, down into the dark, musty shaft. Oof, what a smell. The stench of the stagnant water below seared Harry's nostrils. Soon he reached its murky surface. I hope it's not too deep. The water rose slowly, and it reached Harry's chest when his feet touched something soft. I'm standing on the body. Harry took a deep breath and ducked below the surface. He reached downward for the ring. It must be somewhere. Marcia sat bolt upright in her bed as a hysterical shrieking echoed through the stillness of the night. What's that? Slipped into a robe, hurried downstairs and out into the darkness. It's coming from the well. The splashing and screaming were indeed coming from the well. Marcia peered over the edge. Far below, Harry was trying to pull himself upward. Harry! Help me, Marcia! Pull! Pull! He's trying to drag me under! Marcia began to pull with all her strength. Harry continued to shriek. Little by little, he came out of the water, and then she saw it. Good Lord! The rotted, bloated, whiting, gritting thing had closed its teeth around Harry's ankle. It held it in a vice-like grip. Trickles of blood ran from the incisions it had made. Pull, Marcia, pull! Lord, the rope! Harry, it's Greg! And as the rope snapped under the strain, the two of them disappeared in the dank, murky water. Marcia stared in horror as the last few bubbles rose and broke across the stagnant surface. And that's my little yarn for this time. Kitties, Harry and Greg ended up in the drink together. Well, water, ya gonna do. As for Marcia, she was left high and dry. By the way, before you go on to the old witch's niche, let me offer you a cool, refreshing thirst quencher. That is, if you hold your nose. Bye now. In Vault of Horror number 27, I told you bloodthirsty little fiends the story I call a grim fairy tale. My idiot ears went so wild over that one they're both in cages now. I've decided to tell you another. I'll call this childish chiller Marriage Vows. Once upon a time, long, long ago, there lives in a tiny kingdom a kind-hearted king and his beautiful daughter, Princess Buttercup. Now, Princess Buttercup was madly in love with a handsome prince from a distant kingdom, but when she asked her father if she could marry him, her kind-hearted father replied, "No." "But father dear, I love Princess Dashing with all my heart and soul, and fingers and toes." "I know, but dear, but our people are starving. Our kingdom is poor. A royal marriage at this time would be impossible. You see, I'm broke." "But I love Prince Dashing with all my heart and soul, and I know, but unless my people are relieved of their misery and woe, you cannot marry, we cannot be happy unless the populace is happy." "Can't you hire jesters to go around and make the people happy, father? After all, I do love Prince Dashing with all my heart, and I can't, Buttercup. The royal treasury is empty, flat, clean, busted, flat. Can't you borrow money, father? I do love Prince Dashing with all my... Never. The only one that I could borrow money from is King Blackheart, our black-hearted neighbor. Ugh, I hate him, I hate. You get the picture, Buttercup." And so, beautiful Princess Buttercup could not marry handsome Prince Dashing. At least not till the people of her father's kingdom were better off and happy. But the longer she waited, the worse things got. The people got unhappier and unhappier and unhappier. Sob. "Father, what will I do? I have waited and waited. The people have gotten unhappier and unhappier. And I do love Prince Dashing with all my heart and soul and fingers and toes. This is no longer a question of your happiness, my child. Our kingdom is in crisis. It is the people I am thinking about." "The people? But what about poor little me and Prince Dashing, whom I love with all my heart and soul?" "The people come first, my child. It is their happiness you must be concerned about. After they are happy, then you can be happy. But now they starve. They walk the streets in rags." Finally, the kind-hearted king could stand it no longer. Things were worse than ever. So one day, "Daughter dear, I've decided to swallow my pride. I've decided to ask our black-hearted neighbor, King Blackheart, for a loan." "Oh, Daddy, then maybe I can marry Prince Dashing, whom I love with..." "Yes, daughter, if I'm able to borrow enough, and my people are happy, then you could marry, what's his name? Prince Dashing, with whom I love with all my heart and soul." And so kind-hearted King Kindheart and his beautiful daughter, Prince Buttercup, rode to the neighboring kingdom to see black-hearted King Blackheart. Now, King Blackheart had never met Princess Buttercup. He never knew his neighbor had such a beautiful daughter, So you need money, eh, King Kindheart? Well, I think a loan could be arranged." "You do?" "Oh, Daddy, on one condition, of course." What condition?" Anything. "My condition, King Kindheart, is that you give me your daughter's hand in marriage." "What? But she loves another." No. Heh. Either that, your daughter's hand, or no loan." Never. Can I speak to my daughter for a minute alone?" Black-hearted King Blackheart left kind-hearted King Kindheart and Prince Buttercup alone. "You can't expect me to marry him, father. I love Prince Dashing with all my heart and soul, and people, daughter, we must think of our people. Their happiness comes first." "But I don't love King-hearted King Blackheart. I love Prince Dashing with..." "Nevertheless, I must obtain the loan. I am concerned about our people. I must consent to give King Blackheart your hand in marriage." And so, when King Blackheart came back into the room, "All right, King Blackheart, your condition will be met." Good. When will you want the marriage to take place?" "As soon as possible. Next month." "You will come to the castle next month on this day. The royal marriage will take place then." "Good. Now, pretty Buttercup, do not be unhappy." "I hate you, King Blackheart. I love Prince Dashing with all my... Come, daughter, till next month then." So kind-hearted King Kindheart and his beautiful daughter, Prince Buttercup, returned to their own kingdom. "You must be brave, Buttercup. You must think of our people. Remember, their happiness comes first." News of the royal marriage was announced throughout kind-hearted King Kindheart's kingdom. Hear ye, be it known that on Tuesday, August 5th, good King Blackheart will take our beloved Princess Buttercup's hand in marriage. But we thought Prince Buttercup loved Prince Dashing with all her heart and soul and fingers and toes. Please, there's more. Hear ye. And be it known that on that day each and every citizen will receive a medium-sized bag of gold in celebration. Gold courtesy of loan by King Blackheart. Ah, that's the catch. Crafty devil, that King Blackheart. Days passed, a week went by, Prince Buttercup remained in her room crying her eyes out. Woo-hoo-hoo! Come, my child, see how happy our people are. See how happy you have made them. See how unhappy I am, father. I know, daughter, I know, but what can I do? The wedding date drew near, then on the eve of the royal marriage day. I have it, a way out, father. Tell me, daughter, tell me. The next day, the wedding day, steeple bells tolled, people danced in the streets. Soon King Blackheart's coach appeared. Here he comes. One side. Look, bags of gold. Bags of gold are distributed to the populace. There, the last one. Now let's get on with the ceremony, King Kindheart. Follow me, King Blackheart. King Kindheart led King Blackheart into the castle. This way, King Blackheart. No tricks, King Kindheart. I've kept my part of the bargain. Down a long, dark corridor. And I will keep my part, King Blackheart. A bargain is a bargain. In here. Ah, the chapel. The chapel was filled with royal guests. Near the altar stood Princess Buttercup, and at her side stood Prince Dashing. What's this, King Kindheart? I am to have your daughter's hand in marriage, not him. That's right, King Blackheart. There is to be a double ceremony today. Prince Dashing will marry Buttercup. What? But King Kindheart extended a velvet pillow. King Blackheart stared at it in sheer horror. And you will have my daughter's hand in marriage. Good Lord! Yup, they made the old boy King Blackheart go through with it too, kiddies. And after that, everybody lived happily ever after. Prince Dashing with the one-armed Prince Buttercup, and black-hearted King Blackheart with his handy wife. Hee, and that's my fairy tale for this issue, Grim. That's what I told you. Bye now. Fairy tales, what's next? Pretty soon that old hag will be telling funny little animal horror stories. Well, not me. I'm from the old school. Straight gore, that's my lore. Yep, I'm your crypt keeper, ready to dig up another tale of terror from my collection. So sit down on that sample case and I'll begin the blood curdler I call Death of Some Salesmen. Your name is Stuart Thatcher. You're a salesman, a traveling salesman. For 2 years now you've been driving through these backwood roads, hustling your line. You go from farmhouse to farmhouse, making your pits. Sometimes you hawk a sale, mostly not. Today looks like one of your bad days. No, I said now scram! Yes, thanks anyway, I'll drop by again. Some of these backwood roads are smooth, some are pretty bad. They're like this one you're on now. It's muddy and rutted. Your beat-up old car rocks and rolls. The sky above you is bleak and gray. You curse softly to yourself. Looks like rain, drat it, and here I am in the middle of nowhere. And then it starts coming down, the rain. It floods across your windshield, pattering loudly on the rooftop. You can hardly see the road ahead. The ruts and hollows fill with water. You bounce along, splashing through them. Well, this day is shot. I won't make any more sales in this rotten weather. Might as well just keep going till I hit a main road and hole up a motel for the night. Rain continues. Suddenly your car sags awkwardly to the right. The engine coughs and stalls. You're over your wheel, hubs in a puddle. Shit, stuck. Now what? You sit there in the middle of that rain-flooded, muddy backwoods road, counting to 10. Then you look around. Must be a farmhouse somewhere near here. Maybe they can put me up. You peer through the gloomy downpour, then you see it. The house. It stands black and somber, outlined against the gray sky. Hey, what luck! There's a house up on that hill. I'll make a break for it. You leap from your stalled auto and start for the house. The raindrops slam against your face. Your clothes begin to sop up the wetness. You splash through the rain-swelled puddles. Hope they got a phone so I can call in for a tow. And then you're on the porch. The house is old and weather-beaten. The shutters are broken and hang crazily from rusted hinges. The blinds are drawn. There's no signs of life. Behind you, the rain pours noisily off the porch roof. Looks deserted. Well, I'll knock anyway. You pound your fist on the flimsy door. The sound echoes through the house. For a moment all is still save for the raindrops. Then heavy footsteps approach. The door creaks open. Yes? Oh, I wonder if you can help me. I'm a traveling salesman in my car. A salesman? Come in, come in. The old woman who has answered the door grins. She steps back, her face beaming. My car is stalled down the road. The wires must have gotten wet. The old woman closes the door behind you and calls. Yvonne, it's a salesman. I'll be right there, Henrietta. I wonder if you people have a phone. An old man comes into the room smiling warmly. Phone? Nope, no phone. Salesman, eh? Yeah, that's too bad. I thought I'd call in for a tow. I'm stuck down at the road. Can we offer you anything, Mr. Thatcher, ma'am? Stuart Thatcher. I'm in the Jackson Company. A cup of coffee would hit the spot if it wouldn't be too much trouble. Come in the kitchen, Mr. Thatcher. No trouble at all, Mr. Thatcher. Follow a nice old couple into the kitchen. Look around and gasp. You're amazed. That old house with such modern appliances. My, you certainly have all the latest conveniences, folks. Oh yes, you see, we've had salesmen visit us before. Tell them about the first one, Henrietta, the one that sold us the refrigerator. The woman's face darkens. She stares at you, whispering hoarsely. Oh yes, refrigerator, Yvonne, and I'd saved for years, Mr. Thatcher. Put away every cent we could manage. We always wanted one. Then that salesman came, the one that sold us that one. That dirty, no-good crook. You shift uncomfortably in your seat, Stuart Thatcher. There's something strange about this old couple, but you can't put your finger on it. Cook? Why? It didn't work, Mr. Thatcher. Refrigerator didn't work. He cheated us, took our life savings. That's too bad. I'm sorry. That's why from then on we vowed that if any other salesman tried to sell us anything, we'd make sure it worked first. That's wise. Tell him about the freezer, Yvonne. Yvonne points to a large frozen food locker standing next to the refrigerator. When he came, the one selling the freezer, we made sure it worked. Show him, Yvonne. Yvonne flings open the freezer lid. You look down. Suddenly your heart stops. A wave of nausea sweeps over you. Inside that locker is a frost-covered blue-skinned body. Good Lord! Made sure, all right. Try it out on him, the salesman. We're good, see? You looked around frantically. These people are mad. Yvonne pats the new electric stove. Feller that come with this was real nice, but that first cook was nice also. Can't trust them just 'cause they're nice. Tried the stove out too. Open the oven door, Mr. Thatcher. You pulled down the oven door, just a crack. Step back horrified. The door falls open all the way. Inside is a brown-crusted, well-roasted corpse. Stove worked good too, see? Don't get any ideas about running, Mr. Thatcher. This shotgun's loaded. You turn from the revolting sight of the brown body in the oven and stare into the menacing barrel of the shotgun. Ugh. Show him the grandfather clock, Yvonne. Feathers showed up trying to sell us one of them things one day. Come on. You follow the old man into the hall. The clock stands there ticking loudly. Behind the glass window, a body hangs, head down, swinging back and forth. A pendulum. A human pendulum. Good Lord! Works good, eh, Mr. Thatcher? Oh, Mr. Thatcher. Henrietta prods you with a gun and follows Yvonne to a closet. Feller come along selling vacuum cleaners. Open up, Yvonne. Them vacuum cleaners work good, too. Oh. The body hangs head down, its mouth closed around the fan pipe, its feet are hooked to the handle. A human vacuum bag. Here to see how good it cleans, Mr. Thatcher? No thanks. Henrietta scowls and points in the living room. Yvonne nods. Tell him about the crook with the television set. Yep, he's just like that refrigerator fella. A crook. Come on. Gun muzzle nudges you along. You move into the living room after Yvonne. The television console model stands before you. Darn thing didn't work. Show him, Yvonne. Yvonne swings open the console's doors. A charred, wide-eyed face stares at you from behind the engine. Every time we turn him on, he begins to smoke. Show him, Yvonne. No, never mind. He kept hollering about a picture tube. Remember, Henrietta? Dirty crook. Yvonne shrugs. That's about all, Mr. Thatcher. How about the clothes dryer, Yvonne? Yvonne's face brightens. Oh yeah, that. Come on, Mr. Thatcher. Follow me. Down the cellar. The cellar stairs are dark. They creak as you go down. Feller said it dry clothes fine. That one worked, Yvonne. That's right, Henrietta. It did, didn't it? There it is, Mr. Thatcher. Yvonne swings open the clothes dryer door. Inside, curled up in the drum, is a scorched, blistered body. What's the matter, Mr. Thatcher? Don't you feel well, Mr. Thatcher? You turn away from the gory sight. Yvonne grins at you, an idiotic, toothless grin. By the way, Mr. Thatcher, where's your product? Back in the car. Does it work, Mr. Thatcher? I don't know. Get it, Yvonne. Yvonne scurries up the cellar stairs. Henrietta stands, leering at you, gun pointed. We'll soon see, Mr. Thatcher. We'll see if it works. Well, please, I'll pay you anything. You hear the front door slam as Yvonne goes out. You're scared, aren't you, Stuart? What can you do? These people are maniacs. They mean business. You don't want what I sell, man. Shut up! Door slams again. Footsteps resound through the house. Need help, Yvonne? Nope, I can manage. Please. Yvonne comes down the stairs. He carries under his arm. You feel dizzy, sick. The voices sound very far away. What's he selling, Yvonne? It's called a Mother Jackson's Little Housewife Helper. The handy-dandy meat slicer. Oh. And if you're lucky, Stuart, that darn thing you've been selling may work good. They're awful messy when they're not sharp. That's my yarn, fans. Hope you liked it. And if any of you traveling salesmen are looking in and want the address of a couple of likely prospects, I'll send you Yvonne and Henrietta's. They'd love to see a demonstration of your article. Bye now. Well, I'll see you again in my next mag. Tales from the Crypt. Happy Halloween, my pretties.